In the month of March 2023, Patek Philippe unveiled a wide variety of their newest model timepieces, ranging from a Calatrava with 24-hour display to a travel time function with a second time zone display to a new haute joaillerie grandmaster chime and an Aquanaut Luce collection. Let's have an unforgettable, timeless experience with these elegant new Patek Philippe releases. Patek's first collection, the 6300 GR001 Grand Complications. This is Patek Philippe's most complicated wristwatch, and for the first time they offer it in a two-tone version combining white gold and rose gold, along with brown opaline dials. Out of the 20 complications there are 5 acoustic functions, including 2 patented world exclusives, an alarm sounding the programmed time and a date repeater striking the date on demand. The reversible double-sided case is eminent by its patented swivel mechanism, enabling it to be worn with either dial visible. The watch is assisted by white gold fetching cufflinks featuring a brown opaline center adorned with hand-galoshed hobnail pattern and a rose gold Calatrava cross. The double-faced reversible has grande and petite sonnerie, with classic gongs and minute repeater. It's a manually wound mechanical movement with moon phases. The dial has brown opaline, gold-applied Breguet numerals, and a hand-galoshed hobnail pattern on the time side. The calendar side is an 18-karat gold dial plate with brown opaline, and the reversible case is white gold and rose gold with humidity and dust protection only. It is not water-resistant but has an alluring alligator lira with square scales that's hand-stitched and patinated dark chestnut. White and rose gold fold-over clasp. A beautifully made timepiece with a price of $3,500,000. The second collection is the 59-68R Aquanaut chronograph. The rose gold Aquanaut chronograph is the 4th version. It has a familiar style yet it is painted differently. The case has an octagonal bezel that's 42 mm measured from 10 to 4 o'clock with a thickness of 11 mm. Its polished and satin finishes enhance the luxurious look but also complement the sporty feel of this 395 feet water-resistant watch. The crown side of the case, there is a pusher for stopping the chronograph at 2. The 4 o'clock pusher is used for the chronograph reset and flyback. The dial with the familiar chocolate bar-like Aquanaut pattern is brown with a black gradient rim, and looks very chocolate when the light is good and almost black when the light is dimmer. The gold and brown theme is classic. The applied rose gold and superluminova coated numerals and hour markers are great for readability day or night. The baton-style hour and minute hands are also rose gold, treated with a luminescent coating. The caseback reveals the self-winding flyback chronograph caliber, with a 21-karat gold central rotor. The movement beats at 28,000 vibrations per hour with a 55-hour power reserve. The 59-68 is worn on a dark brown strap made from composite material. It has a fold-over clasp matching the case. The retail for this watch is $75,000, and on the secondary market, you can purchase the 59-68 Aquanaut for $200,000. This would be a $125,000 return on investment for collectors, a great decision to add to the collection. The third new Patek model is the 52-61R001 Aquanaut Luce. This collection was made for the ladies with a new and practical, easy-to-use complication, the patented annual calendar, a complete date-month calendar requiring only one manual correction per year. The iconic bezel with its 8 rounded corners encloses a Blu-ray dial with an embossed Aquanaut pattern and applied numerals and hands in 18-karat rose gold. Inside the 39mm 18K rose gold case, there is a self-winding caliber with a winding and annual calendar, a center second hand, and a date and moon phase display. The stylish ladies' watch is paired with a matching rubber strap made from composite material in a blue and gray colorway, and the patented fold-over clasp. The case is water-resistant up to 30 meters, 100 feet, and the diameter is 39 millimeters and the height is 10 millimeters, giving it a sophisticated, sleek style. And a brilliant rose gold and sapphire crystal back case. The Aquanaut has around 319 parts, including the 34 jewels and the 21-karat gold central winding rotor. And a 45-hour power reserve is a highlight from such a slender timepiece. The 52-61R001 Aquanaut Luce was released at a retail price of $61,500 and can be found now on the secondary market for $250,000, which would give a collector a $188,500 return on their investment. Next on the list, the 5924G Calatrava Pilot Complication. This chronograph model will be the first pilot-style watch line Patek Philippe introduces. Intertwined with a travel time function and a date indication by hand coupled with local time. With a flyback chronograph, in a white gold case measuring 42 mm wide and 13 mm thick with 100 feet of water resistance, the watch comes in two dial variations, a sunburst blue-gray and a particularly military-inspired lacquered khaki green, each with a matching calfskin strap. Both feature gold-applied numerals with luminescent coatings. The new Pilot Travel Time chronograph looks to have the buttons recessed into the case as you would find on a calendar watch from Patek. The dials have sword-shaped hands in white gold. The self-winding mechanical movement has a central chronograph hand and a 60-minute counter. Two time zones, local and home time indication, day-night indication for local time in apertures. Date coupled with local time by hand. It comes with a 21-karat gold central rotor and 370 parts with 34 jewels. The vintage look was spot on with the 1930s style pilot watch they were trying to implicate. The Calatrava Pilot model delivered a retail price of $75,700, but after the release, the secondary price went to $85,900, giving the collector a $10,900 return on investment. The fifth collection is the 6300 Haute Joaillerie Grandmaster Chime 403G. Patek Philippe developed a new alliance with Haute Horlogerie and Haute Joaillerie by reinventing their most complicated timepiece in a white gold version. It is set with 118 baguette-cut emeralds 7 CTS, and another 291 baguette-cut diamonds around 20 CTS utilizing the invisible setting technique. There are 5 acoustic functions in the complication, including 2 world exclusives, an alarm sounding the programmed time and a date repeater striking the date at will. The Grandmaster has a reversible dial with entirely different looks and features. The time side features a mix of emeralds and diamonds, 2 ebony black opaline dials, and the calendar side features all diamonds. The case is distinguished by its swivel mechanism, enabling it to be worn with either dial visible. The calendar side also has an 18-karat solid gold dial plate and black opaline. The white gold reversible case is humidity and dust protected only, leaving out water resistance. It's 49 mm in diameter and 16 mm in height. The bezel time side holds 96 baguette-cut emeralds and 291 baguette diamonds. The bezel on the calendar side and case is 22 baguette-cut emeralds, making a total of 118 baguettes and 291 diamonds. It comes with a brilliantly alluring alligator leather strap with square scales that are hand-stitched and, of course, a fold-over clasp set with emeralds. The Grandmaster has 1,366 parts involving 108 jewels and a Spiro Max balance spring. This timepiece has a 72 hours of power reserve. The price was not indicated for retail, but if you're willing to purchase this extravagant Grandmaster chime, it will cost you $4,500,000, a small price to pay for a piece of Patek Philippe's history. The sixth watch is the 55-31G World Time Minute Repeater. The World Time Repeater is attired in white gold. The dial center is adorned with a new cloison Grand Feu enamel motif, depicting one of the famous steamships of the Belle Époque fleet still sailing on Lake Geneva today. The result is an entirely handmade miniature rare handcuffs masterpiece. This model minute repeater will be the first that always chimes on local time. It has a self-winding mechanical movement with 2 classic gongs and a local time strike. Also provides 24-hour day-night indication for all 24-hour time zones. The 55-31-01 model is limited to only 10 pieces made. They are rose gold and depict the Lavax vineyard on the shores of Geneva. The new World Time Minute Repeater became a signature feature of the Patek Philippe, adding a touch of artistic beauty to the functional timekeeping capabilities. What sets this timepiece apart is the seamless integration of the World Time function with a minute repeater. This rare combination represents the pinnacle of watchmaking complexity. The minute repeater mechanism is known for its melodious chimes, testament to Patek Philippe's watchmaking craftsmanship. Encased in 18-karat white gold, boasts a refined and timeless design. The dial features a cloisonne enamel map of Africa, Europe, and the Americas. The attention to detail brings the watch to life. With 462 individual components, the movement can be admired through the sapphire caseback. The retail price is not listed on Patek Philippe. The market price for this watch is $670,500, which speaks for Patek's artistic excellence. Next in the lineup of Patek Philippe's newest watches, the 59-05 Flyback chronograph annual calendar. This majestic blue 59-05 is housed in a 42mm diameter case with a pronounced height of 14mm. The curvaceous case with its smooth rectangular pushers is beautifully polished. The combination of warm rose gold and majestic blue is a sophisticated eye-catcher. Pink gold baton markers are applied to the sunray brushed blue dial and elegantly truncated at noon to form two gold pyramids. The annual calendar functions are arranged in 3 windows: day, date, and month. It is a self-winding mechanical movement, a flyback chronograph. Central chronograph hand 60-minute counter annual calendar. Day, date, month, and day-night indication displayed in aperture. The case is rose gold with a sapphire case back and is water-resistant up to 100 feet. With a beautiful shiny dark blue alligator leather hand-stitched and prong buckle. In low-light situations, the circular plots on the peripheral minutes and seconds track mark the hours, and the pink gold hands are treated with luminescent material. There are 402 parts and a 55-hour power reserve. The winding rotor is 21-karat gold central rotor with Patek Philippe seal, along with 37 jewels beating at a frequency of 28,000 VH. The retail is price at request, but you can purchase this watch on the secondary market for $110,000. Patek Philippe introduces the 6007G Calatrava date sweep seconds. Patek Philippe decided to expand on the Calatrava collection with 3 new white gold timepieces featuring a modern, graphic style. This dynamic design is enhanced by touches of yellow, red or sky blue on the counters and seconds hands, as well as on the stitching and lining of the calfskin straps with embossed carbon. It has a self-winding movement date in an aperture. The guilloche in this timepiece is hand-engraved on those unique examples. It has a sapphire crystal caseback where you can see the new 26-330 caliber with a 45-hour power reserve. It ticks at 28,000 beats per hour. The Calatrava dates back to the 1990s with the 5000G. The ebony black dials are distinguished by their rhythmic geometry, enhanced by 3 types of finishing. The center displays an embossed carbon pattern. It is water-resistant up to 100 feet, perfect for a stylish scuba diver to wear, with 40mm diameter and 9mm height. The strap has a prong buckle to go with the carbon motif. This watch retails for $37,800 and a second market price of $80,000. The 8th Patek Philippe timepiece, the 51-78G minute repeater grand complication. At first sight, the Patek Philippe is a rather simple watch. There's nothing to lead you to imagine that something complex ticks inside this watch. The case has a perfectly executed convex bezel, a rounded case, and stepped lugs. It made of 18-karat white gold. The dial, a combination of Breguet hands and Breguet numerals, is as discreet and pleasant as the rest of the watch. The numberals are individually crafted in gold, polished, and applied to the dial hand. It's made in Grand Feu enamel and presented in off-white color. The 51-78 minute repeater is a connoisseur's watch that is very discreet. The minute repeater is composed of 4 elements. The first is under the dial with racks and snails, time indicated by the hands and transferred to the mechanism to know how many chimes to play. Then is the centrifugal governor, a brake that regulates the speed of the chiming mechanism. The third element is the hammers-like sticks of a percussionist. The hammers are the parts that strike and create the tone by knocking on the final element of the mechanism, the gongs. With the shiny peacock blue alligator leather square scales that are hand-stitched, this classic timepiece has 342 parts, a 48-hour power reserve inside, and a 22-karat off-center mini rotor. And is protected from dust and humidity but not water. The retail price was not listed. Market price for the new 51 to 78 minute repeater is $490,000. That is a great investment with a very sleek, classy style for collectors. The ninth Patek Philippe, the 53 and 16/50th minute repeater Tourbillon retrograde. It features the highly regarded trifecta of tourbillon, perpetual calendar, and minute calendar, casing them in a 40mm platinum case topped by a smoky sapphire dial. That's somewhat of a departure from the classically styled grand complication pieces we're used to seeing from Patek Philippe. Considering how many complications the case has, it is surprisingly compact. The smoked sapphire dial does well to balance showcasing the inner workings of the perpetual caliber with amazing finishing. The sword-shaped markers are all in solid gold, with even the truncated 3 and 9 o'clock indices receiving 4 polished surfaces with razor-sharp transitions. The apertures of the day indicator are surrounded by polished and grained frames. The moon phase and running seconds are combined into a single subdial, which hints at the tourbillon complication that's only visible through the caseback. The manually wound movement features a power reserve of 48 hours and has over 506 parts with 28 jewels. The strap is made of calfskin and embossed with a beautiful navy blue fabric pattern that is brilliantly hand-stitched with a fold-over clasp. This complex timepiece didn't come with a retail price, but it can be bought now for $1,400,000, a great complication to add to the collection. This will conclude the video on the newest Patek Philippe releases. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.